What's going on, everyone? The Bad Habits here, aka TBH. Happy 420. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Full disclosure here, if you're not over the age of 18, politely close this video. Please leave a like before you do. Thank you. And those of you who are over 18, hit the like button as well. Thank you. Full disclosure here, this is not my normal type of video, but I decided to do something a little special for, the occasion, if you partake. And for those who don't partake, perhaps you'd like to drink, I got this fun shirt for that. Or you could just be sober and have fun that way too. You shouldn't need to be inebriated to have fun, but if you are, join me. I'm going to go through some movies that are my personal favorites, especially for a special occasion like 420. Now, I have 10 listed movies here. I am quickly going to go over some honorable mentions that I put aside here. First up, I have Back to the Future. Now, this is the trilogy. I would just recommend the first one for 420 specifically. That's just me, though. Number 2 is awesome. I haven't watched 3 in a while, so I need to give that a fair shot. Next up, I have Argo. Now, this one right here, Argo. Now, this one is really tense. I just rewatched it, a couple weeks ago, and it's fucking awesome. And it's just enough comedy to keep you going, but for the most part, it's just like, oof, nail biting. Next up, I have Blind Spotting. Just rewatched this like 2 days ago. This is still great. This was important when it came out, and probably more important today. It's only getting better with time. So, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Next up, I'm missing one, actually. Oh, there it is. On display, of course. Next up, I have my Netflix trilogy. And when I say Netflix trilogy, I just mean that these are supposed to be only streaming on Netflix. But, if you go on eBay, you can buy copies. Anyway, I have The Bubble, They Clone Tyrone, and Don't Look Up. Great movies. The Bubble is not going to be for everyone. Let me just put that out there. If you're under any influence, maybe that's the best way to watch this one. I love it personally, but it is way too long for its own good. Let me put that back where it belongs. Next up, I'm wearing the glasses for it. Jackass 3D. This movie is outrageous. If you don't know about Jackass, maybe watch the trailer first before you actually watch the movie. This is not for everyone. Ooh, next up, we're getting really stupid on this one. Bear with me. Jack Frost 2? What's the subtitle? Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowman. Oh, this one. Stay tuned this holiday season. I most likely will be doing a video on this, so hey, can't wait. Next up, Halloween Resurrection. Busta Rhymes killed Michael Myers with karate. Oh my god, it's so fucking awesome. Awesome. Watch it now. Fuck it. Don't wait for 420. And let's see. Next up, I have Snakes on a Plane. This is actually part of a double feature I would recommend. Now, this is not a prop. I'm about to bring something into the mix here. This is the way I bought it on eBay. I was not aware of the condition. I need to do a video on it at some point, but let me pull it out here. Okay, let me hold it up. No Way Up. Yes, that is a plastic pocket. You pull the flap. It's like a Velcro wallet. And then in between the flap, you got your disc. Hey, at least it got a printed label on it. Yeah, at least they tried. Also, while I'm at it, I also have one of these fuck-ups for Don't Look Up. It did not work, so I had to buy the other copy. Thank God, because this would have just pissed me off, adding it to the collection. And let's see. Lastly, I brought out Outlaw Johnny Black. Now, this is, I don't know if you can see this, but this is super thin. These movies, where are they? They all look like they came from Temu. Anywho, let's get to the meat and potatoes of the video here. So I've curated 10 movies here. Now I'm gonna watch these in a very specific order to, I don't know, properly plan out my trip. You know, hypothetically, if I was to take a trip on a certain day in April, if I was, whatever. Maybe you are too, maybe you aren't, whatever. So first up on my list, I have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. This is something that's nostalgic. It's really easy to settle into. I mean, especially me. I've watched this many times when I had like the flu or something at home. You know, I would doze in and out to this, wake up certain parts. It's something that, you know, I think you should start your trip off with that. And also, if you're a fan of the 2023 Wonka, stay tuned, because there's a video coming on this really, really soon. Watching that movie sometimes makes me feel like a kid in the classroom. Like the teacher just wheeled in the big booty TV. Oh man, it popped in a VHS tape. Those were the days. Next up on my list, I have Interstellar. This movie's really long. This movie is really, really long. Unnecessarily long. It takes like 40 to 50 minutes just to get to space. I get it. There's a lot of detractors against this movie, and I get it, but one of my all-time favorites. Next up for your trip, I have Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Michelle Yeoh. Oh man, this movie is just packed with stars. I don't even want to get into it because I'm going to do a review on this as well, but great movie. It's never boring. There's so much going on all at once. Next up, so this is also a wacky one, just like the last one. Thor Ragnarok. Not exactly as wild as Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, but no, this is one of the all-time MCU classics. If I'm not mistaken, it's the only the only MCU film. Teaser, there's a Marvel film coming up at the very end. Next up, I brought Ex Machina. This one is probably more relatable today than it was 10 years ago, especially, you know, with all the controversy surrounding AI. This one is a slow burn, so, you know, you may think it's halting the trip a little bit, but no, this one's a great one. It'll keep you guessing what's coming. Oh man, it's just a good film. Next, oh man, just rewatched this like a week or two ago. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Now this here's the 25th anniversary, so this is, I don't know, like 10 or 11 years old already. I wonder if they made a 4K of this one. Anyway, this one's another classic that takes me back. Now, I used to watch this at my grandmother's house. Whoever was around would sit on the couch when we watched this movie. It's a great one. Really trippy, and it's incredible how they pulled the shit off, especially in the time they did it. Whatever. Great trip right there. Next up, another classic. Also, gonna do a video this year. Noticing another pattern here. Shaun of the Dead. If you want to watch a movie that's about, you know, adulthood and growing up, watch this one. Sure, it has zombies in it, which, you know, they're brutal and they're fucking cool as well. But this movie it's so much more than just a fucking zombie film. We're almost at the end of our night, folks. We only got 3 films left. All right, so this will be number 8. This will be the 8th film I'm watching. Upgrade. Yes. I like to call this Venom, but with AI instead of symbiotes. Now, this is fucking cool. It actually came out the same year as Venom as well, around that same time. I found that really interesting that they, you know, got Tom Hardy. You heard that, right? Okay, I don't need to run into the ground. Okay, cool. Anyway, this one's awesome. Another film just like Ex Machina about AI. If you've seen the trailer, there's more to it than what you see in that trailer, but those parts are fucking awesome. So, yeah, this will probably freak you out just a little bit because it's AI related and very timely, but I think it's a really cool film, and there's a lot going on. All right, now at this point, when we get to this film, you know, there's only a few hours left of 420. You know, we're getting ready to call it a night. Not yet, but, you know, a few more hours. So Next up, we have Wolf of Wall Street. If you're partaking on that day, maybe you might have a existential crisis moment. Maybe you'll hit a point where, you're just like, I need to do something else with my life. Or you start to feel bad about things you partaked in. If you partaked, whatever. Watch this and you'll feel instantly better about yourself. Honestly, I don't need to say much about this. Take it away, Jordan.
Yep. On a daily basis, I consume enough drugs to sedate Manhattan, Long Island, and Queens for a month.
Thank you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That movie right there is like 3 hours, by the way. So, next up I have one that's about 2.5, maybe 3 hours as well. So, this is the last thing you're going to watch to cap off your night. Now, we're going to close with a goddamn banger. Drop that needle. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Whew, I don't have time to get into this film, y'all. This one is so complex. It's so awesome. You could pick between either Spider-Verse films. Pick one, pick both, whatever. For me personally, I'm going with Across the Spider-Verse. Wow, this one really tore me at first. I walked out the theater. I just remember saying, "Oh, the first one's a lot better." That's really tough now. Got to be real with you. This one is awesome. Check it out. It's a good way to close your night. Hopefully everyone's on the couch, or maybe you partaked in some things, maybe you didn't, but close your night off with Across the Spider-Verse and you won't regret it. There's a lot going on all the time. It's a goddamn technical feast. There's so much you could just pick from and enjoy. So anyway, I've been rambling so much. If you're under any type of influence, do not drive. Take my advice here. Chill on the couch if you can and just watch some movies. That's about it, folks. I've been the Bad Habits, aka TBH, y'all. And I'm signing out. Deuces.